Hi, welcome to the Triforce Podcast, where we talk about video games, we talk about movies, anime now, apparently.
Yeah, we're fucking multimedia at this point.
That alone is going to get us copyright.
Watch the show. No.
It's the Triforce.
You know, Rain, I've come to a personal, realization about myself, and I think about the society at large.
Yeah?
I love heroes. I do. I really do just love superheroes, but just heroes in general. People acting for good causes, right? And I think that anyone who knows us knows that this is pretty integral to the Triforce podcast, because some of my fondest memories in your previous apartment, now that you have moved, and thank God for that, was our My Hero episodes, where we got to deep dive about superheroes. So, what a joy it is to talk about Season 4 of Teen Titans, a magnificent S-tier superhero show with you. I just wanted to reflect on that for a sec.
I'm gonna sob over here in my corner. A, I love you. B, I don't actually like superheroes that much. It's because of you that I got into, like, superheroes again, which I feel like is a little, like, wild. Because, like, I've always had, like, you know, like, a favorite, which, as you know, is Spider-Man.
Scooter.
King. But, like, I wasn't into, like, reading the comics or anything, and then we became friends, and now I'm like, oh my god, the heroes. Give me my baby boys.
I'm so glad to hear it. I really am so glad to hear it. It hints at some stuff that we're planning on the outside that might be another look at the idea of the superhero. But I'm pleased to say that we get to come back for Season 4, the second to last, the penultimate season of Teen Titans, which is crazy to think.
It's so wild to think that we're almost done with this, because I feel like a lot of stuff that we touch on the podcast is so long.
Yeah.
And I don't even think it meant, like, we ever meant for those things to be like, oh, we're gonna pick these really long series. But, like, you know, we all just talk about things that we love. And I really enjoy that me and you have such, like, a shared love of this, like, show, specifically. And, you know, that we get
I'm going to cry in my corner now.
Well, it's your turn for the feels. But, like, you know, we get to sit here and, like, you know, it's not like I haven't said it before. You're, like, one of my best friends. And I get to sit here and, like, talk about a show that I love and a show that you love. And reminisce about, like, the fucking, you know, watching it for the first time. And, like, going back as an adult and being like, oh, I didn't catch that theme. You know, it's, like, crazy to me, but I'm happy.
It was always there, and, you know, it's always here, but unfortunately, there's so little to talk about left, but there's also everything to talk about.
I know. We're hitting on, this is my favorite season. We are talking about my favorite season. It has my favorite episodes in it, and I'm so excited.
That's totally fair. I'm gonna call myself a Season 3 man. I just really like the episodes in Season 3, but no disrespect to these. There are some pretty goated episodes, including episode 4 of this season, which I love. But first of all, first episode, right? I think that's first of all. Episode
sense.
1 is... It'd be weird to start with the second episode.
Yeah.
Episode 1 is titled "Don't Touch That Dial." And it it has an OAD of January 29th, 2005, which premiered to 1.36 million viewers. Interesting. I think I was probably one of them.
Yeah, definitely.
It's weird to think of that.
I'm one of those numbers.
We're 2 of these 1.36 million people. Yeah, so it contains maybe one of my, maybe not favorite, but, like, sleeper hit, like, guilty pleasure Teen Titans villains in the form of Control Freak. And I even remember as a kid, I was like, this is ridiculous, but I also love it.
Yeah, for sure.
Alright, so the Titans discover Control Freak is out of jail and in the television, once again, hopping from channel to channel. Because they would just hang out. There was, like, so many good scenes of the Titans just, like, spending time together and just hanging out like teenagers really do. Like, at that time of your life, you're really spending all of your time with your friends.
Yeah, like there's so many. See, I was gonna say you're right. Like where they're watching TV, or they're playing video games, or they're out getting a fucking pizza. Like
There was the horror movie episode where they were haunted by the movie
Yeah.
they watched.
I just
Right.
chef's kiss.
So using the same device, the Titans get inside the television dimension and chase after Control Freak. Because I think they just, like, have one of his remotes from one of his previous ventures.
Well,
and
doesn't
they
like
just...
Robin have that? I don't want to call it a haul, but I guess like a haul of like the villain stuff, right? Of just like we got this from whatever and like took it away from the bad guy.
Exactly.
Or some
I'm gonna
shit.
call that for Bruce. I'm gonna call that for Bruce Wayne syndrome once again. That
Oh,
motherfucker
yeah.
holds on to everything.
For sure, his fault.
Right, so the chase between the Titans and Control Freak, as well as his monsters, are causing damage to the viewer's brainwaves. So they go through, like, different, typical movie... I like this, like, trope of an episode, like, going through different TV channels and different genres of TV shows. Like, they'll always do, like, a game show, or, like, a Western show, or something like that. I can't try to think of any examples, but maybe you can, like, tack on.
I was gonna say, I feel like anytime they go into one of these, in any show, there's always the black and white, like, silent. You have to have that one. That's like a fucking staple.
Facts.
And then some sort of Looney Tunes-esque kind of
True,
thing.
true.
Definitely always a Western.
Like a Leave It to Beaver style sitcom where it's like a family or something like that.
With the
It's always
laugh
good.
track.
Oh, yeah. Canned laughter. Beast Boy, the couch potato of the group, leads the Titans in taking down Control Freak.
King shit right there.
Which, fuck yeah. We love Beast Boy.
Love that man.
Watch the episode. It's a great episode to figure that out.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I feel like there's also, I know like later on, I believe there's another Control Freak episode. But
Ooh, let me check.
I think it might be in season 5. So I also could be remembering wrong. But there's
It's probably a season 5 or...
yeah, but I just always remember Control Freak and like seeing like that episode and being like, I don't even know what he did wrong at this point except for just being himself.
Listen, I'm going to make my position perfectly clear. Control Freak has done nothing wrong. Control Freak, I mean, I messing with people's brainwaves, that kind of sucks, but like, we're pretty much doing that right now.
Yeah, I mean,
To anyone that's listening.
literally, I mean, if you're listening, we're stealing your brain cells, probably.
Sorry we're having a bad effect on your brainwaves right now.
I'm not
I hope we're having a
sorry.
good effect. Then that's it. You really are. You've done it. Like you've got into the Control Freak spirit.
I've done it.
I also loved his character design. I loved how much they made him look like a fucking slovenly nerd that just watches TV all day. Like it was perfectly designed.
I like that he has like a fucking and he have like a trench coat and his like shorts,
Right.
and I'm like, this man definitely is
The
hitting
long hair,
the fucking 80
long
hour
hair,
fucking mark.
But it's like balding on top and stuff.
Yes. Every time
no,
I was
that-
like, this is the man that like, obviously not someone I would hang out with because he's fucking with shit, but like,
No.
you know that if you told him, hey, do you want to binge this show? He is the one who's not breaking. He's like, we're watching it in
All
full
of it.
with the like special edition director's cut commentary.
I mean, like, he's not Trigon, He's not like a demon king from another dimension.
Yeah.
He's just a fucking nerd with a remote control.
Literally, I was gonna
you
be
know?
like, he's just a balding, sweaty nerd, like, who went into the TV. Oh no! The brainwaves!
Oh no, the brainwaves
Oh, no.
are gonna be the title of this episode.
Oh no, the brainwaves!
Episode 2, we have The Quest. I love a good quest. Rain, it's been too long since we played D&D together. The last time, I think, was for the podcast.
It
so we're gonna
literally
fix that.
was for the podcast, but it's, it's fine. It's fine. We'll plan a day.
After losing a fight of martial arts with the villain Kataru, I think?
Katsuro.
Kataru? Kotaro. Oh my god. I haven't heard this pronounced probably since it aired, so I'm sorry. Kotaro. Robin travels to Asia to find the true master. That's capital T, capital M. The true master to train him in martial arts. Bruce Wayne syndrome once again. Bruce Wayne probably bought the ticket. Like
Bruce Wayne heard that he failed. He didn't even hear it from Robin. He fucking sensed it, and he just went. It showed up in the mail, a fucking plane ticket, and just was like, "Go figure it out. Go, just no failures here."
Oh my god, true. But like Bruce Wayne did the same thing. That's what he did to like learn martial arts. He like went and like traveled because he was a rich man and could travel whatever the hell he wanted.
Exactly.
While there, he encounters an elderly woman who prepares him for meeting with the true master through a series of tasks. You know, dollar if you can guess what this episode is based on. But, you know, that's none of my business. Once complete, Robin faces off against Kotaro, who followed him there to steal his apprenticeship with the true master. I don't think that's how it works.
I'm on my way. I am going to steal it. Like, also my favorite, how the fuck did you find out about this shit? What, he tweeted? Going to Asia to find the true master. LOL, here's my selfie on the plane. Like, what the fuck? How did you find out?
That's like the Titans group chat. Raven's the first one to respond and just be like, stay there. Like, something
Don't
like
come
that.
back.
Oh, no. So, I don't think you can just do that. Like, I don't think you can just steal an apprenticeship. It's like, he's dead. You have to train me now.
Like, I mean, I've been wrong before, but I feel like maybe you can't just show up and be like, it's gonna be my apprenticeship. Like, but once again, what do I know? I just work here.
Right. Robin, along with the woman who reveals herself to be, surprise, surprise, the true master, defeats Kotaro and begins training. When Robin is away, the other Titans try to fill the gap left by Robin by trying out his clothes and gadgets.
What?
Which is
an amazing scene.
Quality.
Like
Teen Titans joke.
Yeah, I mean, my favorite is like it goes like back and forth, right? Of like, here's what Robin's doing, here's what the team's doing, and at the end, they're all sitting having pizza dressed as Robin. And they're like, yes, Robin, this is great. What a great, like, pizza slice, Robin. And then what do you think?
Thank you, Robin.
And then it's just actual Robin being like, I also like my outfit. Or whatever he says at the end.
Rain, that's how much I relate to this character to you. Raven says, you know, Robins, the mask does make me feel cool. And he takes a slice of pizza and goes, don't worry, the mask makes me look cool too. It's so great. It's so good.
I fucking love. That is like one of the things that like you talk about Teen Titans, everyone knows that. Everyone knows that ending scene.
I've seen that in so many different contexts with so many different series. I've seen that with like JoJo. I've seen that with like My Hero, where everyone dresses up as Bakugo. It's so fucking funny.
I love it.
It's such a good thing. It can be applied to anybody who has just like an iconic outfit, pretty much. And, you know, I wouldn't be a comic book nerd if I didn't point out that Robin's outfit is colored the way he is to canonically draw gunfire away from Bruce Wayne. I'm just gonna come out here and say it one more time.
Of course. Of course it is. Right. Why am I not surprised by anything?
Because he was an acrobat, so that obviously means he's adept at dodging gunfire.
I mean, yep. That's how that works.
Alright, we've got episode 3, Birthmark. Raven's birthday approaches, but she has no interest in celebrating it, wanting the day to pass. Who can relate out there, my friends? my brothers in Christ. The Titans throw her a surprise party, but Raven shuts it down, destroying the decorations, right? Which, you know, we're supposed to be like, wow, Raven, like, that's fucked up. But, like, at the same time, perfectly valid.
I mean...
If, you know, you have outwardly said you don't want to celebrate it.
I literally, hated my birthday for a really long time. And I'm not gonna say any more on that. So I just understood Raven. When Raven was like, nope, don't want to do it. This is just a normal fucking Tuesday. Like, I was like, damn, yeah, why are y'all fucking going against her? She don't want to celebrate. Leave her alone.
Straight up. And so they think that, like, oh, that's just Raven, but if if we all showed her that we cared, like, it'll be great. Like, she knows you care about her. You're her teammates. You guys have, like, literally almost died together. Like, you've been rocking with each other for a long time. I don't think that's how it means, but, you know, good intentions and all that.
Yeah.
So. When the Teen Titans respond to an alert, they face off against Slade and Dr. Light, who has acquired, obviously, Dr. Light appears in this episode, but Slade has acquired new powers and has a message from Raven's father, Trigon, foretelling her destiny. Which is, I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, she's supposed to, like, start destroying stuff.
She wants her to become the portal, which would allow Trigon to come to Earth.
Right.
And
right.
Obviously she is not about it.
Right. You know, I would hate it if my dad used me as the portal as well.
Come on, Dad. I'm 13. Stop. I don't want to be a portal. I'm going to be busy that day. Dad.
That's your dream, not mine.
Literally.
During the battle between Slade and the Teen Titans, Raven stops time with only her, Slade, and Robin for whatever reason, on effect.
Well, you know, it just makes sense, I guess, that Robin just, you know, that training he did with the True Master.
Sure.
Obviously had, you know, not being affected by time being stopped.
Really heightened his perception, it seems. God, I mean, cool as hell. Raven stopped time. I didn't remember her doing that at all, so that's amazing to remember.
You know, I'm not gonna lie, I don't remember her stopping time either, but then I also remember that later on in the season there's, like, a whole bunch of, like, stuff where, like, there's, like, little Raven, and then, like, Raven being locked away for, like, X amount of time, and then she has, like, her long, beautiful hair and shit, and I'm like, oh, okay, maybe this is the start of the time shenanigans.
Correct. Yeah, we're gonna get to that in episode 7, but we gotta get to episode 4, 5, and 6 first.
Yes.
Episode 4, however, is a banger banger with Cyborg the Barbarian. Oh my god, I love this episode so much. It means a lot to me. Cyborg is accidentally thrown 5,000 years into the past, and it is coincidence that he comes into the aid of a young woman named Saracen, whose tribe is under attack by a horde of gruesome creatures. Oh, shit. Sorry. Fuck. Where is that?
Oh, it's ad time. Now, let's see here.
Whose tribe is under attack by a horde of gruesome creatures. So, I love a time travel episode. Colton and I did Samurai Jack. I love this concept of, like, okay, take the character, just throw them all the way back here and see what kind of crazy shit happens.
I especially love it for, like, Cyborg, who's very, like, dependent on the time, you know, of, like, where he is. So.
That's true. It's like the strangest thing that, like, you can see him, like, it really doesn't work. It really doesn't work for him, and he has to adapt to the new environment, craft tools and stuff. But, like, he's obviously so smart. Victor Stone is obviously so smart because his father's a genius, and, like, he regularly creates machinery that's incredibly complex. But, you know, when the resources are finite, you know, you have to get creative, and I really loved that about this episode.
I liked getting
so
to.
While simultaneously, yeah,
I'm sorry. I like to get, like, I don't know, like, it's almost like you see, like, such a different side of him when it's like, oh shit, I can't rely on my tech. I don't know. I thought it was nice.
Absolutely. While simultaneously becoming the tribe's savior, however, the battle wears out his batteries, and there's no place for him to recharge. So that's the crazy part, is, like, this episode and the villain Crawl that he has to fight. Crawling in my skin, am I right? That's a terrible joke. Cut that out, Colton. Uh, so, like, it really is a different kind of episode than we're used to, and it has this kind of strange ending that doesn't really get resolved, but he's fine in the next episode. So
as per normal of like, I feel like shows like this, but also I feel like Teen Titans always like came back to be like, hey, here's how that ending like went after, but then you just go to the next episode and it's like, oh, huh,
right, they're fine.
I guess he just got back somehow.
Right. You know, we just got to get over that and run into episode 5, which is definitely very different in tone. Episode 5, Employee of the Month. Amidst a series of UFO raids on farms, with the targets being cows, to everyone's mystification, Beast Boy wants a moped, but has no money to get one of his own. So, the Beast Boy moped episode. Like, he made such an argument for that moped. How, like, Robin has a motorcycle, and, like, Cyborg has the car.
I think he also tried to be like, what, like, oh, Raven and Starfire can fly, and then they were like, so can you. But...
yeah.
And they were like, you can be like this, and you can be this, and he was like, I should also get, like, a thing. I thought he deserved it, but, you know.
You're right. Robin won't buy him one, and Cyborg will not build one. So, against his normal vegetarian views, he gets a job at Mega Meaty Meat, a restaurant which sells nothing but meat. Wild.
No, it's not for me, man.
Beast Boy manages to overcome his distaste for meat in order to get the job, but this workplace proves to be much more than a restaurant when he has to encounter the villain Nufu, which I believe was a meat villain, right? Or a tofu villain?
It's something like that. I think, like...
I'm gonna go on the
feel
research.
like...
Continue.
What? I hope I'm remembering correctly, but I think he, like, at the end finds out that the meat's not even really, like, meat, or something like that, and, like...
no, is it...
And he's just...
It's a big-ass tofu,
yeah,
dude.
it's a big-ass fucking tofu, man. Like, I like, the targets are being cows, so you think, oh, they're taking the cows to, like... Triple M, make a meaty meat, and
Exactly
and
right.
you know, that's what they're doing, and then it's not even actually meat. So it's like,
Right.
oh, they're taking the cows specifically to be like, no cows, no die, we just feed them tofu
Right.
instead.
It's true. And the Nufu's weakness ends up becoming water, and Beast Boy finally gets his beeped, as he calls it, his moped, and defeats Nufu, and is, however, unable to answer. Nufu is unable to answer for his crimes as Cyborg mistakenly eats him.
Perfect.
I love that.
Fucking
I really
perfect
do love
ending.
I was like, this ending is so general, I want to see if I can find, like, a wiki of the episode itself, and I did. And I'm very glad that I did. Woo.
I'm so glad.
Alright, episode 6 is called Truck, and is a pretty, relatively heavy episode. Val-Yor, an alien, enlists the help of the Titans to help an enemy of vicious fighting machines called the Locrits. Despite his strength, courtesy, courage, and bravery, he displays a noticeable hatred for Starfire and the rest of her Tamaranian kind, giving her the nickname Truck, causing some discomfort among the team.
We are going to talk about my favorite scene in this entire fucking series right now. We're going to talk about it.
Please, take it away.
So fucking Val-Yor turns around, and there's, like, I don't remember, something wrong with the ship or something like that, right? And he's like, well, go on, like, Trock, go out there. You can, like, you can breathe, like, out there, go fix it. And she comes back, and Cyborg is there, and Cyborg's like, yeah, Trocky, you did it! And she gets, like, really upset. And she's like, you're not allowed to call me that. And he's like, well, I don't understand. He calls you that. I thought you said it means it doesn't, it's nothing. And she's like, I didn't say that it was nothing. I said that it meant nothing. When he calls me that, he's saying that I'm worthless and that I'm nothing. And, you know, Cyborg's like immediately upset, and he's like, nah, man, that's not cool. We're gonna go tell Robin. And she's like, no, you can't. If something happens, it's just gonna, like, prove what he says about me, and I don't want to make drama. I'm just gonna deal with it. And one thing that I thought was really, I guess, different about, like, the way this scene played out was when he's like, no, I know what that feels like, and she's like, you know what it's like to be judged based on, like, who you are or what you look like? And he goes, yeah, I'm part robot.
Right.
And I was in tears. I'm still in tears as an adult when this episode, like, comes on. I'm like, oh my god, Starfire and Cyborg, my babies.
Sure. There is a note here that this was a concerted effort by the team at Teen Titans to do an episode about racism and about, how labels can be normalized and how slurs can find their way into, normalization, and that how people can really just have just a a completely non-earned prejudice against somebody.
Yeah.
I think that it goes without saying that, Victor Stone, the character himself as a black, young man, is not immune to racism in that sense as well.
Yeah.
So it's a really, really powerful scene, and it's well written, and I agree.
Yeah.
A+.
There's another scene in this episode towards the end where I don't remember, they're, like, going to get something, and it's booby-trapped. So Starfire, like, is blocking this thing, and she's like, come, like, I'm come out, like, let me, like, get you out of here. And he's like, Valior is refusing. He's like, no, I don't need help from you, but otherwise is stuck and can't do anything. And Starfire is just like, I don't like you either, But I am doing this because I am a good person, not because it's you. And I was just like, fucking bitch, fucking get him. End this man. She doesn't end him, but I'm like, end him anyway.
Valior sucked.
Oh,
I hated
he's
him,
fucking,
even as a kid.
fucking horrible.
All right, well, Starfire absolutely dunked on this man from the third line, so it doesn't even matter.
Yeah, before we move on to the next episode,
Please.
there was actually an ending to episode 4 that got Cyborg out of there. I looked it up because it was really bothering me.
Oh my god, please.
Okay.
Thank you.
So, Cyborg activates his sonic cannon and channels all of his power into it to defeat Crawl, like, to give the final attack. But before he can do that, he's pulled back to his own time by Raven. He frantically tries to make her return him, but the magic only works one way. Dejected, Cyborg returns to his quarters, where he frames the armor and his sword that he had been given. Soon, Raven visits him with a book. The volume turns out to be the chronicle about the history of Sarasim's tribe, from which Cyborg learned, to his joy and relief, that Sarasim had managed to kill Crawl after all, and he was still remembered by the tribe as their greatest hero.
Aw. Hell yeah. This is your weekly reminder to never trust Wikipedia for all of the information.
Yeah.
I fucking adore that. It's so good. They knew how to write an ending. They knew how to, like, wrap it up in, like, a minute and a half. And, God, it's such a skill. I'll be real. Oh, all right. Episode 7, we've got The Prophecy. So, Raven, surprise to no one, has been hiding a dark secret. And her secret is putting her teammates in danger. A.K.A. she's about to be a one-way Uber for her dad's world domination.
Once again, Dad, that's your dream, Dad. It's not mine. I want to be a dancer. I don't want to play baseball.
I want to be a superhero. Slade is after her again. Thank God that the object of Slade attention has been shifted for even but a moment off of Robin.
Eventually I feel like it's got to turn back around because, Slade's creepy like that. And he's going to be like, but Robin, you could come with me.
And this is all a ploy to get closer to Robin.
I'm sure it is.
Slade is after her again and still wants her to become the portal. Right, because so now Slade and Trigon have kind of like combined their efforts towards the Titans. She finds that she is unable to escape the prophecy of her birth. Ugh, that's a grim way to phrase it. Escape the prophecy of her birth and decides to tell the rest of the team her secret. She is Trigon's daughter. Probably a bitter pill to administer to your friends who have been consistently fucked up by Trigon for 4
just
seasons.
hey, that's actually my dad. But I hate him.
My dad.
But I hate him though, so I'm on your side.
I remember the Titans were like initially shocked, of course, because like your friend is like kept that something like that from you. But they were all like, "Yeah, we're gonna beat him. We're gonna kick his ass. We're gonna make sure that doesn't happen." And I always really liked that about the team.
Yeah,
they're always. So I do like that the wiki included this. So I am gonna read this off. That there is kind of like a, I guess like not. It doesn't really rhyme, but there's like sort of some flavor text to the prophecy itself. So I'm gonna read it out. So, Colton, if you want to put something under this, maybe. The prophecy is, the gem was born of evil's fire. The gem shall be his portal. He comes to claim, he comes to sire, the end of all things mortal. Bars. I love that.
Literally
the
bars.
The rhyme at the end. Oh my god. And that's really cool. It's really easy to remember. It's really just kind of tells you what's going on. And, the gem is the one that Raven wears around her neck and has worn around her neck the whole show. So, you're like, the thing, it's right there.
The thing.
The gem. I feel like I was just like Leonardo DiCaprio, snapping at my screen when the prophecy was being read. Oh, yeah, no, I mean, Trigon's a really cool villain. One of the biggest, scary villains of my childhood. On vibes, on look, on feel. He was terrifying.
Yeah, I mean, Trigon oofed, just, first off, we call this man by his full name, right? I'm gonna drop the government name on this man of Trigon the Terrible, but he's been going by Scath. That's gonna protect his identity,
Okay.
But good for you. Slade also shows up with this fucking, mark on his head, and, Robin, Beast Boy, and, Cyborg are, up day and night trying to figure out what it means, and Raven is sitting there don't tell them it's a demon, Mark. Don't tell them it's a demon. Not gonna tell them the truth. But they, go to fight Slade, who just kind of is oh yeah, Raven? Yeah, she's supposed to destroy everything. And Raven's no, that's not true. And then Raven, dips out for a bit. She leaves. She's no, the prophecy's fake, and it's not gonna happen. To go see her mom, who then goes,
yeah,
actually, it's too late. But then you find out that the whole thing was an illusion, because in reality, Trigon already got there and killed everybody, including Mom. Everyone's dead.
Not Mom.
And then,
not Mom.
Yep. And then Raven returns with the mark of Scath, but she beats down Slade, refusing to accept her destiny, and tells Slade to tell her father to kill her. She's you can kill me before I help you. The Titans are shocked at Raven's glowing appearance, but she does defeat Slade, and then she tells them, I'm his daughter. This is what is supposed to happen. I'm gonna, he's gonna use me to come to Earth. And while all of that's happening, Slade is back at, and, talking to Trigon, and he's like, yep, she's here. She got the mark. Let's go. We could do this. And it's cool.
Yeah, the mark of Scath looked so cool. The red marks all over her body was fucking crazy. Yeah, I'll drop it in the chat. Oh my god. Yeah, no, I mean, Raven-centric episodes were always so cool. They were always, for no reason, the best episodes. Like, it is just, like, it's unparalleled. Like, I know you love a Beast Boy episode for, like, comic relief. You love, like, a Starfire because she's an alien. But, like, I don't know, Raven's storyline was so compelling always, no matter what she was doing.
Yeah. I just want to throw out this little, like, trivia bit that was at the end of this thing that I was reading.
Hit me.
There's, like, a bunch of trivia at the end. Apparently, on Tamaran, they know about Trigon. Because while they're talking about it, Starfire's like, yeah, we know about him, too.
Oh, shit.
Also, apparently, Cyborg cries in this episode. So,
No.
now my heart hurts.
Oh, no. I don't know what he cries over, but I know I want him to stop.
I would like him to not be crying, because I will then cry. You're welcome,
Sure.
team. I don't want to cry.
Episode 8, we've got Stranded. When attacked by an alien in outer space, the Teen Titans inadvertently split the T-ship apart. Stranded and separated on different areas of an alien planet, several different areas. The Titans must now find each other again. We are splitting the motherfucking party, boys. I love when they do this so much.
I hate when they split the fucking... I hate when y'all know you're not supposed to be splitting the party.
No, but it's forced, and sometimes that's the best storytelling a DM can do. Beast Boy displays a bad hand in technological skills, even with simplified instructions from Cyborg. Raven is followed around by small alien creatures, and so okay, Beast Boy and Cyborg are struggling. Raven has a growing cult, and Robin and Starfire must come to terms about their strong romantic feelings for each other.
Okay, well, first I feel like they don't mention it, but at the beginning of the episode, everyone is making fun of Robin and Starfire. Like, oh, you can boyfriend, girlfriend, you can kiss. And so, like, I think this is the episode where they go, well, Starfire's your girlfriend. And Robin goes, she's not my girlfriend. And Starfire gets really upset and she's like, am I not your friend? Am I not a girl? Because she is alien and doesn't understand. So the whole time that they are stranded together, she is just fucking pissed at him.
Yeah, and Robin's got to make up a lot of conversational distance probably to get that, because when Starfire gets pissed, she gets pissed.
Yeah.
I think we remember
Like
the episode where Beast Boy had to run her over. Win her back over.
fucking just, you fucked up, Robin.
True. Eventually, obviously, they encounter Shrieker the space monster after reforming the team and working together. Yeah, I loved this episode. It was spooky, there was it was a different concept of, this team-based and ensemble show. Now everybody is kind of off on their own.
Yeah.
Or kind of like the Scooby-Doo split, I think.
We also learn a little bit, I feel like, more about how Starfire's powers work. Because I know there's that episode where, she explains it to Raven. Oh, you need to do
Right.
this. But because of what Robin did, they, fall into a ravine. And he's like, hey, fly us out. And she's like, I literally can't do that right now.
Nope.
You
Sorry.
have
Can't be done.
fucked me up, and I cannot do that. And Robin is like, what? And she's like, I need to be happy to fly, and I am not happy, so I cannot fly.
True. That's right. I remember that she did, when describing it to Raven, it's just how do I fly? It's gotta feel jubilation. And she goes, anything else? How do I shoot starbolts?
You must feel righteousness, and you must feel like this. And, so literally, Robin's like, saves her and is like pissed and is like, why didn't you fly us out of there? And she's like, I'm confused about you, therefore I'm not happy, therefore there is no flying.
That's crazy, man. That Tamaranians just, like, need to be jazzed to take to the skies. I like that, in a way, but I also think it's, you know, like, in this sense, it could be fucked up. It could be, you know, could really hinder you. Alright, we've got episode 9, Overdrive. Cyborg installs a new computer chip into his circuits, greatly strengthening and increasing his speed and efficiency 8 times over. Damn. So we've got 8 times the cyborg thanks to this new update.
You know, sometimes it be like that.
That's pretty crazy to think about. However, a multiplying metahuman by the name of Billy Numerous appears on the scene. Cyborg gave up a lot of his new program in order to try to catch the metahuman. Also, our old friend Adonis makes an appearance in this episode, as well as Billy Numerous, which I think is just a great name. I remember Billy Numerous. He was a funny villain.
Yeah.
He had a southern accent, I remember.
Yes!
That made him even more strange. But his outfit was dope, and he's just like Legion from X-Men or Multiple from, you know, X-Men Evolutions. It's, you know, just make a bunch of yourself. Copy paste. It's pretty sick.
Yeah. And I feel like we just need to kind of like explain the like what Cyborg gave up to attempt to get him.
This is a 2-sentence review, so please let's flesh this out.
I have a different wiki up, which I realize I can send you if you want to also when you to see. This is just for this episode, but when you scroll down, there are other episodes. But, like, he gave up, like, energy that goes to, like, his human self. So, like, he's giving up emotional capacity and, like, his, like, human thinking skills. And, like, it says, like, the next morning after they fail to catch him, the other Titans enter to find Cyborg speaking and acting only like a robot. Because he literally just went, okay, I'm gonna focus on my upgrade and only my upgrade, and gave up being fucking human.
Insane. That villain from like season 2 has won.
Yeah.
Finally. Unbelievable.
He got what he wanted, but then Beast Boy is the one who kind of turns around to tell Cyborg, maybe instead of being fast, we should take it slow and easy and, like, come up with a plan, and that you don't have to do this. And then Cyborg eventually is like, oh shit, yeah, maybe we should stop that. So. Yeah.
I mean, I think that their plan is pretty cool. I'm reading ahead here. But Billy and his clones are 20 in number. So, yeah, even for a team of seasoned superheroes, a team of 20 people is difficult. There are really kind of strength in numbers.
Yeah, I mean, they really... I don't know. I would not be thrilled if I fucking, like, stepped outside as a hero and there were 20 of the Southern guy. I'd be like, I'm going back to bed. Yeah, y'all handle this one without me.
It's a lot of seats to fill. Billy wastes no time in ordering an all-out attack, but the Titans prove strangely elusive, prompting him to create even more duplicates. But finally, he pushes his power too far, his last clone does not separate from him, and then all duplicates are forcibly reabsorbed into Billy's body, incapacitating him. Whew.
Good.
Heck yeah. A very good idea. A very, very good idea. Because, you know, either A, it's going to something like that will happen where the power is pushed too far. Or B, I've seen this in a lot of, like, villains or anything that they create a lot of clones of themselves. Like, it can also be, like, where the clones are weaker because there's so many of them. I've seen that a lot. But I thought this was a fun way to do this sort of villain.
Yeah, I feel like sometimes, and you can correct me if you think that I'm wrong here, but I feel like with duplicate, powers, I feel like sometimes they're done really, I don't know, corny.
Sure.
Or cheesy. I don't really know, a better way to explain it. But I feel like this way was just, so different. It was still yeah, here's the duplicate guy. But then he's there just I'm gonna do some stupid shit. And I'm like, oh, okay. Damn it, he got me there. Wasn't expecting this one. He is the meaning of don't let them know your next move. He is the walking fucking equivalent of that.
I do enjoy that. Oh man. I actually can say that that's an episode that I remember really well. So that's how you can tell it's a great episode. Well, next episode is also a fucking banger.
This is a banger.
Is Mother May I. That's M-A-E. For the folks at home. The Titans wake up from sprawling around in the tower's ops room and are all inexplicably hungry for pie. Luckily, an obese but merry and kind old woman is there to serve them the pie that they crave, care for them, and spoil them like 6 to 9-year-old children. And we're the Teen Titans. They're at least, a couple years older than 9.
Nah. We gotta spoil them specifically like 6 to 9-year-olds.
The woman going by the name of Mother May I even turns the tower into a giant gingerbread house and its environs into a veritable candy land with magic. However, Mother May I can also seem to be quite stern with her young charges, as the Titans find out when I have no idea that they were called this, and I love this. The Hive 5 raid the local mall.
I didn't know they were called that either, so love that.
That's awesome. So the big part here is that Mother May I is about to give all of the Titans nicknames. So I'm gonna have to kind of make some room for that as we read on here. So Mother May I smooths Robin's, aka Robbie Wobby's, wild hair and replaces his quote-unquote dangerous toys like his boomerangs and stuff with baby stuff, diapers, torts, and milk bottles. Robbie Wobby up first. How do we feel about Robbie Wobby? Let's go for a quick 1 to 5 rating as we go through.
Oh, that's a 2.
Yeah, I was gonna give it.
That's not the worst thing I've ever fucking heard, but it's definitely not a passing grade.
No, I can't. I agree. I was gonna give it a 3 until you said that. It's definitely true. All right. She dresses Beast Boy, aka Beastie Boo, which I'm gonna personally give a 3, and that's all it's gonna get.
That gets a 4 from me. I don't know. I think it's cute.
That's fair. Into a fluffy pink pajama bunny suit so that he cannot transform into animals. She turns Ray. Or Raven, which I'm going to give an absolute 5 out of 5
Oh yeah,
rating.
that's a fucking 5. That's a banger.
Into a frilly light yellow Shirley Temple dress made from her blue cape and hood, with braided pigtails and girlish bow ties. However, Cyborg, or Borgie Bear, which I'm going to have to give a 4 to, I'm not going to lie.
I feel like that one gets a 3 from me. I don't know how I feel about it. We're going to go nice neutral in the middle.
Beastie Boo and Borgie Bear. There we go. Coming at us. Our new podcast. Cyborg changes into a raincoat, rain hat, and galoshes.
He's got his galoshes.
I love that word. I don't know
I
why
literally
I really
love that
word. Starfire, or Twinkle Star, which, yeah, I'm gonna have to give that one a 5.
That one's a 4.
Into an oversized Christmas-colored sweater before she lets them out to play. Quote-unquote, that is, fight the Hive 5. These implements, however, unsurprisingly, hamper the Titans' fighting skills, and they all end up thrashed by the Hive 5 before Mother May I steps in to give those quote-unquote nasty children a, quote, good sound spanking.
I have, just in my head, it is a vision of Robin going to throw the, boomerang thing. he has, and I almost called it a batarang, but it's definitely not, because Batman's not real.
I have to step in and let you know that they are canonically referred to as birderangs.
Birderangs! 10 out of 10. Fucking love it. But I just remember him going to throw it, and it's a bottle, and then he's like, what? And he goes to throw another thing, and it's a diaper, and he's like throwing everything, and it just like keeps repeating.
Yeah, man.
Vivid
it's such
memory
a thing.
of that.
I do remember Saigo wearing the raincoat. I do remember that.
I
for
do
sure.
remember. I remember the galoshes. That's all. And I remember the Christmas sweater so bad. Like, it's like ingrained in my head what they all looked like.
It is cute. During the fight, Starfire is trapped in one of Seymour's, now that's Seemore, he's one of the High Five's, eye bubbles, and as Mammoth, who was defeated by Mother May-I, is slammed into her, she hits a lamp, which breaks and gives her a solid knock on the head.
She better be careful with
But
what
as
she's breaking, because she might owe a host club a lot of money.
Oh, is that the lamp? Is that what causes that whole
it's a
scenario?
vase, but it just like reminded me of that, and I had to make the joke.
Right. I like it. I haven't seen that, but I would love to watch it, I think. But as she recovers, she sees May-I no longer as a kind old woman, but as a monstrous, green-skinned, three-eyed hag. So, of course, this being has been kind of, I don't know, like a hypnotize or like a brain control,
It's from
mind control.
eating the pie.
From frame 1 of this episode, though. They walk... Oh,
like, it just starts with, oh, we just have this lovely old lady making us pie, and, like, we all want that pie and everything, and it's like, it literally just, they start you out. They don't even, like, show you how she got here. She is just there.
Yeah, I remember as a kid, I started and I was like, what the fuck is going on? Like, oh, no. So, yeah, Mother May-I, definitely very cool in her, like, witchy form as well. Really cool, like, kind of reminds me of, like, a lot of those old villains from, like, Don Bluth cartoons, like Dragon's Lair and stuff like that. Really kind of a nostalgic look to it. Very, you know,
There's a
Hansel and Gretel witch.
There's a quote in this episode, and I don't know why I'm just remembering it now.
Remember it.
But
Let's
like,
go.
oh my god, I gotta see. I can't remember the like full quote, but the reason that this happened, right? They get to that at like the end. Is Cyborg is walking and like there's like some guy on the like side of the street selling shit. And do you know what he's selling? A fucking pie. And Cyborg buys it, and he says some shit about the pie, and I can't remember what it is, but I just know that I used to quote it all the time. I have to see if I can find it. But, like, it was something like, how was I supposed to say no to pie? And I was just like, damn, you got me there.
You're right. You're right, bro. You're right. Man's got his priorities in order. Back in the tower, she discovers even worse things. Her friends are under a spell, which prevents them from realizing the danger that they're in. And May-I is actually feeding on the love that they profess to her. And in order to get all of that, quote, sweet, nourishing affection, she intends to bake up the Titans into a giant pie while pretending to tuck them in for the night. Starfire, of course, protests vehemently, but is unable to fight May-I alone and is quickly overpowered. Yeah, I remember that they're getting literally put into the giant pie in the oven, and she's like, stop, like, wake up, snap out of it. And they're all like, yes, Mother May-I. I think they said that like 17 times in that episode. It's fucking, that's wild. What a wild situation to find yourself
found
in.
it.
This poor little alien girl.
Oh my god, I'm so sorry. I found the transcript for this episode, so I found what I was talking about.
Oh shit! Wow, look at you go.
I used to fucking quote this all the time. So it's Cyborg. So I'm like, cool, what should I get? Brain in a jar? Monkey's paw? Ooh, a pie! And everyone just stares at him, and it's just him. Seemed like a good idea at the time, and I used to just quote that entire section over and over again as a kid. Oh.
I like that. I like that like stuck with you. That's like really, that's pretty good joke.
Just of all the things that I remember, it's that.
Although Mother May I tries her best to get her under her control again, Starfire deceives her and comes to her friend's rescue. When the mind control proves too persistent and an army of gingerbread created by the Hag moves in on them, Starfire has no choice but to give the others a knock on the head as well, freeing them from the magic. I love that. That if you just deck a motherfucker, it's just over. You know, the spell has stopped.
You know, sometimes it just takes a real good smack on the head.
Straight up. In a moment of quiet after a lengthy battle with the gingerbread army, the Titans muse over how May I could have even come into the tower in the first place, and it finally turns out that she had smuggled herself in with a pie that Cyborg unwisely bought from an old witch that remarkably has the same appearance as Mother May I think this is probably where the sequence in question that you just mentioned is in the episode. Then May I attacks them, pursuing them all over Titan's Island. I figured it was their island too, but I didn't want to be, brash.
I was gonna say, I didn't want to.
Titans.
I didn't want to assume that in our favorite place, Jump City, the Titans had an island. Our good old place of Leapland.
It might be like a tourist attraction. Like, go see Titan's Island.
It's like, you know how you could take, like, boat rides around, like, New York City to see the things you can see from boat? It's just that, and it's like, and if you look to your left, there's Titan's Island. As you can see the tower.
Boat tour around Alcatraz.
$5 for a picture.
See Beast Boy in his underwear.
Literally.
Oh, my God. Yeah, so, with no way to defeat her directly, Robin resorts to tricking her, and finally they manage to banish the Hag back into her pie. And in order to let them pay them back for their latest defeat, Robin decides to grant the High Five a gift of free pie.
Yeah, I loved that ending, because it is shown as, like, oh my god, when you were a kid, did you ever, like, ding-dong ditch someone?
Oh, yeah.
So it shows it as that, and, like, Gizmo is the one who answers it, and is like, what sort of, like, why would they prank the High Five? And then he looks down, and it's just a pie. And he's like, oh, cool, free pie. And then it, like, fades to, like, them eating it, with Mother May I being like, yes, eat it. Remember, Mother loves you. And I'm like, y'all are fucked. Get wrecked.
My God. I'm just reading a bunch of, like, the trivia parts of this is so cool. I'm going to go back and read some of these a little bit later. But that is bringing us to our three-parter ending 3 episodes. The end, part 1, 2, and 3. It is, one episode, but it got split up into 3 episodes.
Deserved.
Wow, this wiki is amazing.
Oh yeah, this wiki is. I should have been using this one the whole time.
Fire. The episode begins with Slade and Trigon having a conversation. Trigon tells Slade to bring Raven, and he will get his promise. The ultimate power. After he becomes the portal. Slade accepts, thinking that it is a beautiful day for the end of the world. Suddenly, the scene switches to Raven in her room just as the sun comes up. She wakes up and finds Trigon's symbol burning on her arm. Realizing what today is, when she will fulfill her destiny to become the portal for Trigon to enter Earth, thus causing the end of life for all of its inhabitants. What a morning, That's rough.
That's like, oofed. Like, I don't know, man. If I woke up and I would be like, maybe there's still time to not be a portal, and I will just run away to not Earth.
Right. I mean, it doesn't matter if you're a portal if you're not on Earth, right?
Yeah, I mean, like, if I'm not on Earth, you can't use me to portal to Earth. You could just use me to portal to whatever desolate planet I chose.
I'm just seeing that, like, tap the temple meme.
Yeah.
Raven goes out to the rooftop and watches the sunrise. As she watches Robin come up to the rooftop, they have a moment. She decides to be extra nice to her teammates and try to make the last day the best day ever. She makes pancakes for breakfast, though she is not such a good cook. but Robin quietly told Cyborg and Beast Boy to be nice about it because he could tell that Raven was trying to be nice. Starfire said that the pancakes reminded her of a dish of tamarinds. Cyborg, Beast Boy, and Robin happily give their pancakes to her. An alarm signifies an attack, and they leave. Woo. So, Starfire and Raven and the boys are going to start battling Plasmus, who I've gone on record is one of my favorite Teen Titans villains. This one is in-depth. Starfire and Raven... Raven protects all of her teammates during the battle and ends up defeating Plasmus. Raven later takes out the team for pizza, and Robin mentions that she is being quiet today. Raven just completely dodges that and takes them to the park to suggest some activities to do. She states that they have a lot to do until sunset. Whew. I mean, it's gotta suck. It's really gotta suck to, know that this is happening and there's really, if Raven felt like she could stop this, I don't think she would do a lot of the things that she's currently doing.
Yeah, and also the team obviously is aware of the situation, but it's not like she woke up and went, "Hey guys, it's today." She just went, I'ma just not say anything and make sure that they're all having a good day because it's about to end. Bye.
It's really tough.
It's a hard one.
She takes the... Right, she passes out and comes to, questioned by her teammates. As they look at her arm, after being tossed around by an invisible force, they see the mark of Trigon. Suddenly, a solar eclipse happens and blocks the sun. Her teammates ask why she didn't say that today's the day, and that she is destined to become the portal so that Earth will be destroyed. The Titans immediately take her to a quarantine room, which they constructed without Raven's knowledge. Raven says over and over that no matter what, it is hopeless and no power on Earth can help her from fulfilling her destiny, but her team refuses to give up on her, damn it.
They're like, "Nah, bitch. We gonna get through this together."
This room was built to keep out anything ranging from villains to evil spirits. Robin says that even if something happens, the rest of the Titans will be watching from an observation room above her. Before leaving her alone, Beast Boy gives her a penny for good luck, to which Raven replies, "All the luck in the world won't help us now." It's evocative. These are children. These are teenagers. These are
literally fucking children. Oofed.
I could take some of the seniors in my building. I don't even really teach them. I don't even really know them. I know for a fact that they would be... we would have some difficulties being superheroes. Yeah. Let's say it that way. Raven's about to end the fucking world, and she's like, you know what I should do? Something nice for my friends.
Yeah.
Fuck. Raven meditates and Trigon makes contact with her mind as Slade appears outside the tower with a group of fire demons.
Of course, why not?
Yeah. Right, because you gotta have the imagery. Her team tries... After threatening to hurt Raven's friends, Trigon makes Raven come out of the tower and go with Slade. Her team tries to stop her, but Raven knocks them all out and leaves. While they walk to the place where Raven must summon Trigon, she warns Slade that she knows her father and that Trigon will not keep whatever promise that he made to him.
Oh, for sure.
Slade does not... Oh, no way!
Oh my god, the demon not keeping his promise? I would have never fucking guessed.
Grasp my pearls over here. Slade does not believe this and says that Raven is merely an insignificant pawn in a Trigon's plan. Fucking douche. Then Raven remarks that they have that in common, and once Slade's purpose is done, he will be insignificant too. 911, I just witnessed a murder. I don't know
Damn,
what to say.
She fucking told him. She really just told him, what, you think you're special? Do you think you're above this shit? Cute. Hilarious. I'll see you in hell, my boy.
It's cute that you think you're special. This angers Slade, and he starts to ignite in hellish flames, only to be grabbed by fire demons. Slade orders them to release him, but they ignore him.
I did realize. You're right.
Raven realizes that Slade is already insignificant, and even his own army will not listen to him. the fire demons release him and leave him there on Raven's orders. So the Titans back home recover from their knockout and decide one last time to stop Raven from fulfilling her destiny. Damn, those are some friends. He's like, you know what? She just cold-cocked us and walked out as we tried to help her. You know what we should do? Help her.
Yeah, but they also, I feel like they all turned around and they were like, no, it's because she feels like she has to do this and there's no other way, but we're gonna prove to her that friendship wins. Or some shit. I don't fucking know.
I can only think about the sound that's on TikTok recently about, like, oh, it's cute that you think you're going to defeat me with the power of friendship, but I am the devil from the Bible.
Yeah.
Like, it seems like Trigon is this, like, unstoppable force, this, like, immovable force. And it shows in this ending. It really is the beginning of the end, as the episodes make it out to be.
Yeah.
Slade confronts Trigon and demands his repayment. Trigon tells him that he has outlived his usefulness, saying that the gem has returned on her own free will and that he is the one who delivered Raven, not Slade. Slade reminds him about the deal and that he held up his part of the bargain. Trigon, however, does not care. Enraged by this betrayal, Slade starts throwing fireballs at Trigon, which do not harm him at all. Trigon then takes away the powers that were granted to Slade, and Slade seemingly vanishes. I'm just going to put gigantic, boldface italics on the word seemingly.
Yeah.
The Titans reach Raven and once again try to convince her by saying that no one knows their destiny and that she could take full control at any time and not make the prophecy come true. You know, I don't think anybody's really told her that.
No, I think everybody's just kind of been like, you're supposed to be the portal. Like,
yeah.
that's
like,
what it is.
Like, oh, you're weird. Of course you're going to be, like, the fucking end of us all or whatever. Obviously, like, her teammates wouldn't say something like that, but, like, you know, it's something that she probably, you know, maybe she knew this all along and was, like, tentative to make long-standing connections as a result. Maybe it's the whole, you know, we always have the whole thing where people who, like, didn't like Raven, which, blasphemy, first of all, are like, oh, she doesn't really care about her teammates. It's like, no, her emotions are her powers, so she has to keep them in check.
Yeah.
Let's move on, shall we?
Yee.
We've got part 2 of The End, episode 12. Raven and the Earth have been destroyed, and Trigon takes over, casting out Slade without the rest of the Titans. So Slade's out as well. With Raven's quote-unquote farewell blessing and the mystical ring of Azar, the rest of the Titans spread out to fight off Trigon, while Slade and Robin search for Raven. So this leads us to the villains known as Nega Starfire, Nega Cyborg, Nega Beast Boy, because Trigon creates kind of evil versions
Of course he did.
of them through, this mystical ring.
Hate this man. Anyway, Trigon the Terrible, really sticking up to his name, huh?
Trigon the fucking awful, bro. So Slade and Robin working together.
Slade finally getting what he fucking wants. He's like, ooh, I'm gonna hang out with Robin. Yeah.
One-on-one, alone time.
Alone time with my boy. Robin just there like, just get through it, just get through it, just get through it, and then you'll kill him. Which I feel like is so
And then
bad.
we got Starfire, Cyborg, and Beast Boy, like, all scattered to the winds, fighting off Trigon's forces.
Yep.
Trigon definitely making himself the villain of season 4.
The villain. TM. Trademark that for him, specifically.
In our final part 3, Robin rescues a 7-year-old version of Raven, who has been stripped of both of her powers and her memories, but still thinks she must hold the key to Trigon's defeat. So little tiny baby Raven, I must look at this. I'm not gonna lie.
The little baby Raven.
Young Raven, Teen Titans. Oh my god. Oh, I mean, that isn't really helpful, but
Did you find
I'm sure
it?
it's adorable. Not really. It gave me a lot of just a lot of general Raven fan art, which is fantastic. So we're good. We're gonna move on. So the tiny Raven is, got to be, it still exists, right? The portal didn't completely destroy Raven, so Robin and Slade basically decide that this is still kind of the skeleton key to defeating Trigon.
I sent it to you on Discord what she looks like.
Oh shit, hell yeah! I saw the notification, but I'm like, no, I'm in the middle of a podcast.
No, it's just me.
Oh my god! So small in the little white robe. Oh,
The little baby.
Down in Trigon's realm, Slade fights off demonic guards to regain his quote-unquote flesh and blood. Meanwhile, the other three Titans are fighting for their lives against evil doppelgangers of themselves. As I said, Nega Cyborg, Nega Starfire, and Nega Beast Boy. The originals find that they are not successful in fighting their darker and evil doppelgangers, so Starfire suggests that they switch opponents to compensate for each other's strengths. They later rejoin with Robin and young Raven to face their strongest and most powerful ally yet, Trigon the Terrible, with Slade as a temporary ally, and with Raven's true power, may not all be gone. A lot of fun.
Yeah. I literally, that, this end, part 3, there is, this part where Trigon turns around, and he is the standard evil villain dad thing, I'm the creator, I'm her master, I made Raven, so she only exists to do what I needed, and now, because, he sees her, the little tiny Raven, and his response of seeing this is to go, she survived only because I'm letting her. What hope can a mere child have of defeating her all-powerful father? And then Raven scoffs and becomes, teenager fucking Raven again. And she has the long hair and her white robe, and she just goes, actually, you're not my father. And, fucking ends him. And I was like, yes. Bitch, fucking take it. She's
the best.
Trigon was never anything of a father, and then points out that the monks of Azarath and the Teen Titans are her true family.
Oh, so sweet. I like that Raven kind of had that moment where, you can it's really the idea behind having an abusive parent, right? But to the nth extreme, end of the world extreme. And it's very satisfying to see any character that's going through abuse kind of conquer not only their abuse but their abuser.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that is it is a satisfying end to the Trigon villain season, to have kind of the thing that he needed, the portal that brought him into the new world. Is also the source of his defeat as well. I'm also a big fan of that kind of turnaround.
Loved it. I loved that it got to be, even though she's, there being, with the Titans at the end of it, this was her fight. And they just kind of were you know what? You got this. They, hands-offed that. They were this is Raven's battle. She's gonna do it. And then she does.
They have been here to support her for this, from the very beginning.
Yeah.
Ever since they knew, obviously they knew Trigon was a threat, but they didn't know that how personal and how close this really was to Raven. So, yeah, it's a great season on top of other great seasons, and we only have one more great season to talk about after this.
Yeah. I'm not ready. I'm not ready.
No. We're not ready for this to be over just yet, so we don't have to be. So that's season 4 of Teen Titans. Hope you all enjoyed.
That season, just to end on, that season has so many good episodes with I don't know, I feel like this, like, hits so hard.
Yeah.
Like, that just...
It was...
Oof. It's also, I feel like, with this ending, because there's kind of been this, like, you know, thing in the background of, like, what is exactly going on with Raven? You know, like, what is all this? And then you finally get it, and it's like, ow! Oh! Okay!
We asked for it, but we asked too hard, and the writers delivered.
The writers didn't
So
have to
very
do
hard.
me like this, you know? But also, I'm so glad they did, because I love Raven. She's my favorite. Like, you know, like, her and Beast Boy are my top tier characters. And it's because, like, this shit happens, and there's a thing at the end of the episode, the last episode in this season, where Raven and Robin are having a conversation, and she's like, how did you, like, stay, like, hopeful, even though, like, we logically, like, should not have won this fight? And he just goes, you're actually the most hopeful person I know. And I was like, ow, that fucking hurt. How dare you? But also, oh, so sweet.
It's really good. It's just a quality TV program, and it deserved to run for 9 seasons, and it didn't, and I'm sad about it.
If you are listening to this podcast and you're like, man, all these episodes sound so great, and, like, you know, the themes sound so great, but I never watched it, do yourself a fucking favor and go sit down and go watch this entire series.
Fix that shit. Pronto, please.
Immediately.
Yeah.
It's on HBO, so go find
Oh my
it's
God.
on HBO Max.
Oh my god, it is.
So go find
I
it.
forgot.
Fucking go find it, go watch it, and then come back to this.
I do believe it's also on DC has their own, like, streaming service, I think. So I think it might also be on there as well.
Probably is on there. Not that I would know, but...
Yes. You can actually... I can't say this about a whole lot of our series that we do, but you can actually find some Teen Titans art on my profile. I actually did ahead of Trigon a long time ago for an Inktober, I think. So please go over to @ZFormArts on Instagram. Commission me. I'd love to do some Teen Titans art, especially of my main man Cyborg. So please feel free to drop by for some commissions. Drop by for some eventual streams on Twitch at Uneasy. That's UNEASZEE.
Z. Just
Right.
Z.
Would you like to put?
I just Z.
I put my namer tag, my gamer tag.
Your
on
namer
Halo.
tag.
Yeah, my gamer tag on Halo. Jesus, was ZE3.
I love
it.
it.
So like. Yeah,
I
so
fucking
it's
love
like
it.
Z and 3.
I will do some plugs. I got some things to plug.
Yes.
If you're interested in any hot takes or, you know, some stupid shit, follow me on Twitter at MysticRainVI. VI stands for 6. People keep asking me about it. That is what it stands for. I feel like that's not hard to figure out, but... and if you're in...
They've explained themselves.
I've explained
Leave them alone.
it. I feel like I explain it at the end of every podcast, but, you know,
Yeah.
no one ask.
Because you're obsessed with Zexion.
Yeah, it's because I'm obsessed with Zexion, for sure. If you're interested, I am an RPG streamer, but I am now doing Overwatch 2 Saturdays, which is 2 idiots do comp with a friend, and that is at the Mystic Rain on Twitch. Which we are doing 3 games right now, and I should probably not, but I'm doing it anyway. So come through for some fun shenanigans there.
I haven't picked up Overwatch 2 yet.
It's free.
But I'm planning on. That's even better. I'm gonna do it as soon as we're done here. Fantastic.
Yeah, I mean, I shit you not. For everyone, if you have Overwatch 1, Overwatch 1 no longer exists. So the second that, like, you put your disc in or you, like, go to update it, if you have it, like, digitally downloaded, it becomes Overwatch 2. So, but it's free.
Fun.
It's fucking free, so.
I had mine on my PS4, so I'll be pleased to bring it onto my PC now that I have this PC gaming set up. And, you know, the world could always use more heroes, so thank you for coming here to listen to us talk about some heroes. Rain, I think you might be one of my heroes.
Oh my god, stop, I'll sob, I'm a baby. Oh my god. Here I am thinking I'm the villain in everyone's life.
No, not at all. And thank you all out there, heroes. I hope you're having a great night, and I hope you enjoyed. Bye.
Wait, hold on. Don't just say bye.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I gotta do my thing.
Oh,
I gotta do my shtick.
Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, yes, of course.
Thank you guys so much for listening and tuning in. Tune in next week where we talk about something else. Bye.
Yeah, we will. Bye.